Hello, beautiful dancer, and welcome to this Indian fusion class about mudra and storytelling. This is an extract from my Indian fusion bootcamp where we focused on how to use hand gestures from Indian classical dance to express emotions, poetry, and storytelling in our fusion dance. And if this isn't a subject or a topic that you like, I suggest you don't miss the freebie that I created for you, which is a whole ebook about fusion mudra, how to integrate mudra, so hand gestures from Indian classical dance, in your fusion dance. Because one of the questions which I receive so often by my students, is how to use mudras in a respectful way. And this is my goal here, what I would love to share with you, to give you the tools for cultural understanding of the mudras and tips on how to use them respectfully and creatively, because we want the inspiration to keep flowing but in a respectful way. So go grab the freebie, you will find it in the description of the video. I will link it in the show notes. Enjoy the class and enjoy the practice. And just for those who are new here, were not here yesterday, couldn't follow the yesterday class, mudra means seal. So the idea is that behind every gesture, there are meanings which are sealed in the gesture. And also the idea of sealing gives you the main, let's say, the main concept of having the mudras very strong. Super duper strong. So every time you're doing a mudra, never floppy, always super duper strong. So let's try to have our hands together. And this is called Anjali mudra. You can say that even though I cannot hear you. Anjali mudra. Yes. Anjali means salutation or prayer. And this is a mudra which is super duper very well known. Also, if you're not from India, it's like the basic mudra everyone knows, right? So this Anjali gives us first the idea of where the mudra is. Because the mudra is not only for ourselves, it's not totally for the audience, but it's somewhere in between. So the communication is happening between the dancer and the audience. So what I love to say to my students is air conditioning or your handpins. So you always have that idea of really lifting the, yes, I saw that in you too, right? It's like it's working. So the elbows are always very good, yes, very lifted. Again, we don't want that floppy. Everything that is floppy on stage, if you want to develop an idea of floppy, then okay. But if you want to have that power and grace, then you really have to have those elbows lifted. All right, now place your hands side and let's go into another mudra which is called Pataka. You can try to say that. Pataka. Yes. So Pataka means flag. But it actually can have 42 meanings. Whoa, that's a lot. So just imagine this one gesture can have 42 meanings. And in Indian classical dance, we have 28 single hand gesture. So that means that you can say everything with one hand. And 24 double hand gesture. That means you need both of your hands to convey the meaning. So imagine that from the interconnection of all these different mudras with all their different meanings, you have a very huge vocabulary, which is perfect for dancers because in dance we not only express the beauty of the music and celebrate the beauty of the music and the body, but we are also vehicles for poetry. And poetry needs some storytelling. We want to convey emotions. We want to tell something, right? If you're there on stage if you have the call for dance, it's not only, okay, maybe you're very in love with the beauty of movement, but sometimes you also have that fire, right? You want to say something. So in Indian dance, we have a whole vocabulary to say something without talking. It's like the gesture vocabulary of deaf, but it's kind of different because again, it's poetry. That means that the same gesture can have so many meanings depending on how you are using. Also with the connection with the other different mudras, they have all different meanings. So this is like the context here. So in our Indian fusion dance, how can we say that? How can we use that? I want to share with you a few mudras that you can use in your fusion dance. In your dance, in every kind of dance you want to do. So the first one is Pataka Mudra. we were just there, okay? We went a little bit sideways. Let's go back into Pataka. Again, remember Mudra, seal, very strong. It's like, I'll call it the flower of an iron flower. So it's beautiful, but it's like steel, super strong. And the thumbs tends to be very wild and anarchic. We need to domesticate them a little bit. So bring the thumbs inside, not inside of the palm, but to the side of your palm. And all the fingers strong together. Let me look at your Pataka. Beautiful. Yes. I was lifted, ladies. Very good. Very, very good. All right. Now, Pataka can mean, I'm going to share just a few of the 42 meanings of Pataka. Can mean the clouds in the sky, a river falling from the mountains, the sea, the ocean, the wave of the ocean. It can mean me. Yeah, you just use one to say me. And the other one, it's gonna go back behind. This gives you the beautiful strength posture. Yesterday we were looking at with a fist on the side. It's just the same. You choose, depending on your wrist. So it can mean me. It can mean the world of the gods. It can mean pain and sorrow for love. Yeah, you're just trembling on your heart when you have the sorrows of love. It can mean my fate. Like two straight lines. You cannot go sideways with fate, just in front of you. Okay? So these are a few meanings of Pataka. Before we go back into the fusion of that, let's see another mudra for today. Another mudra is Kataka. We saw that before. And for those of you who were not here yesterday, Kataka is made with thumb, first finger, and second finger together. Thumb, first finger, and second finger together. And the rest of the fingers are like antennas, super strong. Yes, remember, super, super duper strong. So Kataka means the end of a curved line, because this is like a curved line, and this is the end. Call it like that, very cute. But again, it can be many. Let's see what it can be. Let's create a basket with Alapadma Mudra. We're going to see that in a minute. Just raise your hand like a fan. This is your basket of flowers. Picking flowers. So imagine here, you have a beautiful bush of flowers, and you're picking them in your basket. It can mean smelling a flower. So you're gonna bring that beautiful flower and smell it. Maybe it's jasmine, maybe it's rose, you're gonna choose. And now it can mean creating a flower garland. So you're putting one flower and pull the string. Putting one flower and pull the string. Yes, we're creating a flower garland for our beloved, maybe for ourselves. Who knows? This is the poetry you want to interpret. And then it can mean looking at your flower garland. beautiful and soft, super smelly flowers, and it can mean put your flower garden on. So see, with just one mudra, we created kind of a story. Let's see that again, once more. Have your basket, have your beautiful, strong Kataka, and let's pick the flowers. Now, as we do that again, I'm gonna ask you to imagine what you're doing. Imagination is your superpower on stage. Because you can do something just repeating mindlessly, or you can do that with imagination. Which kind of flower? Maybe the smell. Maybe I am in my beloved's garden. Something is gonna happen differently in your move. And then you're gonna smell that flower. Maybe that flower is reminding you of your beloved. Maybe your beloved is not here. And so you have those shivers of love falling from your back as you create your garland, and you're maybe thinking of him or her and thinking, oh my God, I would love to be with him or her right now. And then you look at the garland, and the smell of this beautiful garland, maybe it's jasmine, rose, whatever is your favorite, is reminding you of him or her. And you put the garland on, and it's like if your beloved is embracing you, hugging you. So see how imagination changes the game. And so the mudra is just a little step between your imagination and the dance. Now, last mudra for today is Alapadma. We saw that before. Alapadma means full lotus, full blossomed lotus. In India, they're pretty into different kinds of lotuses. We have the bud, we have the almost open, and then you have the full lotus. 3 mudras for lotuses, okay? Because it's a beautiful symbol, spiritual symbol for India. So you're gonna have just one hand. You're gonna choose right or left. This is my right, but you're gonna go with whatever you feel more comfortable. And the other one is behind or on the side, beautiful posture. And your mudra, your Alapadma, can mean anger. Like something is trembling inside of you, and you're looking of what it's happening, okay, with anger in your eyes. Or it can mean the moon in the sky. The moon which is rising from the sea. You're looking at the beautiful light touching your skin. Yeah. Or it can mean putting a bun on your head. A bun on your head. Or it can mean a beautiful lady with beautiful breasts. Okay? So again, see how the same mudra can mean many different things. So let's just try for a couple of minutes how to integrate those mudras with our belly dance moves. So I'm going to start with anger. I don't know if you agree, just because it's very energetic and we all know what anger is, right? So let's start with anger. And okay, the mudra for anger, we just saw it's Alapadma, and it's like trembling. You can choose which side. You can also choose both sides, depending on the size of your anger. But for now, I'm gonna just choose one and imagine what comes very natural to you. For me, it's a shimmy. Okay, so we want to convey the meaning of the gesture with the body as well. So with our belly dance technique to create the Indian fusion flavor. So anger can be very much like this. And again, depending on your storytelling, you might walk with that, or you can go up and down. So it really depends on what you want to say. Now another one, we saw the moon. And for me, since the moon is rising from down to up, I would love you to try to add a beautiful figure 8 down to up as well. So the hand which is doing nothing, for now we're going to place it on the side. But here you can create a lot of layerings. So, for example, we're going to have the moon coming up from the ocean. But also, the other hand can create the swing of the waves of the ocean. So with your figure eight, it can become like this. So you're just telling something. You're bringing the line like the moon was rising from the waves of the ocean. You're doing that with your movements of the body as well, with your gaze, with your imagination, with your whole, the hips, everything. Last one, you can try picking flowers. Okay? So you have your basket. And for me, picking flowers can be, again, just with the hips. It's just a basic idea I want to share with you here. It's like pick, 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 pick. You can try that. So from here, I'm gonna go pick, 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 pick. And then as we smell the flower, it's gonna be a beautiful Maya, like a feeling of love. For me, Maya is like everything about love. And maybe when we create the garland, we can add some Omi because it's a circular motion. And then as you do the garland, as you see the garland, ondulation down to up. And as you put the garland, ondulation up to down. See, we created a sequence. Can we try it again? Just once more. So pick the flowers with your hips. You can go one hip, one flower, or you can go two hips for one flower. Hips, not like right or wrong. So from here, it's one, and two, and one, and two, and Maya. Smelling the flower, bringing your imagination alive. And Omi, beautiful garland of flower. And then down to up ondulation. You look at the garland and up to down with the ondulation as you pull the garland. Yeah. How was that? Cool? Yeah? So, of course, this is just a slight little introduction into a huge topic. But I think I sparked a little bit of my imagination, a little bit of interest, right, into this. How can we combine these two together? So I would love you to do that for me, and I want you to see, I want to see you doing this. Just try. The picking of flowers and everything else, I'm gonna give hints and clues. So let's try together. From here, we have our hips and hips. Okay, 5, 6, 7, and 1, and 2, and 1, and 2. Now smell the flower with the Maya. 1, and a 2, and a 1, and a 2. And now creating the garland with Omi. Circular motion here, beautiful. Circular motion here, beautiful. Down to up ondulation, look at the garland, like if you're looking the face of your beloved. And then put the garland on, up to down, like if your beloved is hugging you. Yeah? Beautiful feeling. I have like shivers when I do this. I love it. Thank you so much for dancing with me. A few key takeaways here. Number 1, mudra means seal. That means that when we perform the mudra, there is a lot of energy in our hands. Number 2, we have 28 mudra single hand and 24 double hand. And each one of these can go up to 42 different meanings. Number 3, we can use mudras for storytelling, which is called natya, or for pure abstract dance, ornament, which is called nritta. Thank you again. Don't miss the freebie, the ebook, which is linked down here. and I'll see you for the next class together. Please, let's get in touch and connect with me through Instagram, Lamia_Barbara. Mwah!